TNA Wrestling had many ups and downs throughout the year 2013, positives and negatives. And really, all of that came from the past 3 months, from June, July, and it's going to come all the way to the end of the year. From cutting costs to uh, restructuring the whole company. And because of that, a lot of people have left the company in a matter of months. You had Tara, former WWE superstar, Matt Morgan granted his release. Bruce Pritchard left. And the lower stars of Christian York and Alex Silva, Jesse Sorensen, the list goes on. Recently, you had Mickey James' contract end, Mr. Anderson's contract end. The roster is dwindling. It's slowly diminishing before our eyes. And the fact that it may or probably will continue. Because we cannot forget the two names that are coming to an end that's really being talked about recently, and that's AJ Styles and Hulk Hogan. AJ Styles' contract is coming up near the end of the month, or near the end of the year, after they put an extension on it. But Hulk Hogan's contract ends in a matter of weeks. Will he sign? Will he not re-sign? It's up in the air. We could very well see last time Hulk Hogan in TNA. What about AJ Styles? Should he stay? Should he go? Everyone has their opinions on both of those stars and where they should go and end up. The fact of the matter is, they could very well leave the company. Two huge superstars gone out of TNA's hands. And there's no way out of it. There's no way to say that won't hurt them. Because it will hurt them. AJ put TNA on the map, carried the company on his shoulders for years. In fact, AJ Styles is, I would say, the most recognizable name of homegrown TNA talent. I know people who don't watch TNA, who barely know anything about TNA, but they know AJ Styles is in TNA. You mention TNA to them and they say AJ Styles. He is what they're about. Let's not forget, though, another contract ending this year, and that's Sting, the icon, who's been there with the company for so many years. Carried them along the way, was with them through bad times and also good times, fought the biggest superstars in wrestling history, from Hulk Hogan to Kurt Angle to AJ Styles to Samoa Joe. Great matches occurred between them. But Sting could very well be on his way out. Could he go to WWE? Who knows? But the fact is, Sting may be gone. And that's another big name gone from the company. Now, I've been doing some research, and I found out that Samoa Joe's contract could very well end this year. You see, he signed a contract back in 2010 in December. And usually TNA does 3-year deals. They did it with Kurt Angle when the last time he signed. They did it with Mr. Anderson. And they probably did it with Samoa Joe. And if Samoa Joe's contract expires in end of this year, will he stay? That's another big TNA talent that's up in the air. Another name who could really help TNA, to help grow TNA, make him a huge main event star. make him a well-known name, but he could very well be gone. Fast forward to next year, and we have Kurt Angle's contract expiring. Kurt Angle has been with TNA since 2006, really grew the company by a ton, helped them, carried them, was full time with them for a number of years, switched to part time the past year or two. Will he continue to be with them? But that name, Kurt Angle, is, besides Hogan, maybe besides Jeff Hardy, the most recognizable name. Kurt Angle, part of the Attitude Era, one of the best wrestlers of all time. His contract expires next year. These are huge names, big names, altering names within the company that could end up leaving. I want to say this. By the end of next year, or this time next year, we will see a new TNA Wrestling. I very well know not all of those names I mentioned are going to stay with TNA. Some will stay, some will go. It's a matter of fact. It depends what, it really doesn't depend what names, because all of them are huge names, are altering names within the company. But some of them are going. And it's TNA's job to work around it, to build new stars, to create household names, big names. Kurt Angle, a Sting, a CM Punk, a Daniel Bryan, a John Cena. They have to start creating. If they don't start creating now, by the time this time next year comes, I don't want to say it, but they're gonna be hurting. We're gonna be looking at the roster, and we're gonna see the people we see now of Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, James Storm, Chris Daniels, Magnus, Chris Sabin. Great athletes, amazing talent. But what are they? What, if we look at them, what are they besides amazing talent? Can you pull anyone off the street and say, who is this? They're not going to say Bobby Roode. They're not going to say Chris Sabin or Magnus. This is TNA's flaw. And they're going to be very under the radar. They're going to be having serious pressure. I'm going to be pressuring them to start creating names. They have the talent, no doubt about it. But with those talents, they need to create a brand. They need to create a name of a John Cena, of a Daniel Bryan, of a Hulk Hogan. They need to make the next big name. And without that, people will be looking at TNA and saying, why should I watch this? Who is there that I know? Who is there that I could cheer for, relate to? If they don't see anyone they like, and they don't see the difference, the branding of certain stars, they're not going to be interested. They're not going to be interested in that character, in that person, and they're going to be changing the station. This is TNA's job from now to next year to create. Follow me on Facebook, like me on Twitter, Strike that, reverse it, ask me questions, all in the description. See you next time.